when you try to protect the planet Earth by whatever you can do, is that attachment or not? Attachment to the earth. In Buddhism, we speak of practitioners speak also of equality, equanimity, non-discrimination. But we also speak about investment. In the Sutra of 42 chapters, it is said that to feed a good person is equal to feed 5 people who are not good enough. So when you feed and keep one good person alive, that person can do more good to the world than 5 persons who are not good, you see. So there is non-discrimination, but there is also a kind of a sense of investment. You invest in the good, in the positive things, for the sake of all, including the one that seems to be the object of discrimination. When you save the life of a Buddha, and when you save a life of a sea pirate, you have the choice of saving the Buddha first, because if you save the life of a sea pirate, you save just one life. But if you save the life of Buddha, the Buddha that you save will help to save many lives. That is a sense of investment in the Buddhist tradition. So that can be looked as discrimination, but inside that there is intelligence. Intelligence. It's like the practice of true diligence. You do not discriminate against the negative mental formation. You know that they are helpful in their own way, but you favor the good seeds, and you want the good seeds to have more chance to manifest. That is intelligence, and not discrimination. And as far as action, non-violent action, compassionate action is concerned, it can never be absolute. When you go vegetarian, you have the intention to avoid killing animals for their flesh. But when you boil vegetable, there may many microorganisms dying also. So your plate of boiled vegetable is not entirely vegetarian. You see, so nothing is absolute. But eating vegetarian is more compassionate than eating the flesh of animals. So there is a degrees. So when you prevent a murderer to murder, there are many ways of preventing. If you have a gun, and if you have to shoot him, you might like to shoot him in his leg rather than in his head. If you can do otherwise and not using your gun, it's better. You see, if you know Kung Fu. And then you don't have to use your gun, even if you have a gun. So a police officer is very glad to hear that he can carry his guns in mindfulness. She knows that She hoped that she would never have to use her gun, his gun. Yeah. So, killing a person, one can kill with compassion, of course. But only great beings can do that. And if you kill a person out of fear, out of anger, it's very different. But it's always possible to avoid violence and to conduct the rescue operation in such a way that causes the least damage. Even if you are a general in the army, and if you have to conduct a military operation, you have to use guns and soldiers. But if you have compassion in your heart, your way of conducting the operation will avoid killing innocents, civilians, and so on. So the degrees of violence and non-violence, and should be skillful and compassionate. What is important is you should have compassion and intelligence within yourself.